Hello and welcome to another episode of Newysports Rates, where we have a look at various logos, jerseys, stadiums, anything really, and put them in order of my personal preference. Today's episode, we're going to be having a look at the Hyundai A-League logos. Only 10 teams, pretty easy to do. The new competition logo, I don't know, I'm still getting used to it. The old one was classic, but nonetheless, that's what it looks like now. Moving on, number 10, Wellington Phoenix. A new logo this year, but in my opinion, a downgrade, a significant downgrade on their old logo. I just don't think this looks like a proper football club logo. It just, I don't know, just something about it. The FC with the line through it, it's got a bit of a nautical look to it, but yeah, it's not great. Central Coast Mariners, I do like the idea of the football in the wave, but this logo, I feel like it's starting to just show its age a little bit, especially that font. The Mariners, they've had that since the beginning, so could do with a bit of a refresher. But in my opinion, it's just not really that good looking of a logo. And Adelaide United, sort of basic. You know, it's hard to say that it's one of the worst, but it's definitely not better than the next 7 that I'm going to show. But bit of a Champions League-esque feel to the ball down the bottom with the stars. The club colours, South Australia colours, of course, red, yellow and blue. It sort of works, but it could be better. And the same can be said for Melbourne Victory. Just basic. You know, I don't really know what I'd do to this logo. I don't like the whole Melbourne, how that looks with the... looks like it's sort of, you know, the end of Star Wars where the credits roll down. That's sort of what that looks like. And I don't know, I just feel like the font is a little bit off on this. Maybe that could be refreshed within the next couple of years. Perth Glory, getting better. Like these top 6 logos are actually all pretty decent. I don't have too much of an issue with this, but it's not really setting the world on fire, despite the fact that it's got a sun on it. It's supposed to be hot, you know, Perth Glory. Why do they have the sun on there? I'm not really sure, but nonetheless, that's how they roll, and it's not great. And neither Sydney's new logo. I don't mind it, but their old one, I didn't really see too much wrong with it. That's just the way I felt. And if there's nothing wrong with it, then why change it? Similar to Wellington. But the Sydney one, the new one, it looks a little bit better. Hopefully the Jets can give him a rare defeat tonight. Talking about the Jets, they came in at number 4. As I said in the NPL video, this logo, it does the job. I don't see the need to change it anytime soon. With that, you run the risk of making it worse. But if they made it better, then who knows what it could be. But this logo is pretty... it's not really aging as much as the Mariners one, and 2 teams that have kept their original logos as well. Melbourne City up next. It's basically ripping off Manchester City. It's ripping off New York City. But I do like the originality in this with the Melbourne flag. I don't know why there's a cow on there and like a whale or whatever, but I like the 2 hearts on either side and the crown in the middle. It just works. I really like that. It's a classic football club logo. And the same can be said for this, a bit Dutch-esque, if that's a word. Brisbane Roar. I really like this compared to their old logo. Their old one was pretty good, but this is a real neat looking logo. I don't like their kits this year with the white in it, but nonetheless, it's got the lion roaring. That's the idea, and it works. But the number one logo in the A-League, Western Sydney, just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. The colours, just, you can't go wrong with red and black, and I always say that. The S overlapping through the, or intertwining, I should say, with the two W's, and that just, it works. It's a classic looking logo, and I think it will always be a classic looking logo. No need to change it. So I'll see you in the next episode.